Welcome back, guys. Today, I have some information that you need to know, some things I need to do to modify the purifier to get it working properly. Uh, and we are going to be working on something. The tunnel exit. There we go. Wow, that took forever for me to remember what I was going to do. But anyways, first things first, I want to show you something that's very critical to our purifier's functionality. Uh, Something I noticed while standing out here just trying to get the lights in the actual village to work properly, i.e. lit up and stuff, I noticed a few things that were issues with this stuff. Okay, this is our basic, is essentially a basic lure. We stand here like that, off that, high encoding because I just moved around a bit. Enemies will come to here and whatnot, and then we step on that, it drops them down, and they go into the what do you call those things? Trenches. However, here's an issue. When they congregate, because they're trying to get as close as possible to me, they don't congregate on that wall or on that wall. They congregate right there, right in the corner, which makes sense, right? They're going to try and get as close as possible to me. So they're not going to be here. They're going to be here. Which means we're not gathering any mobs. Critical fail, essentially. So what I've decided to do is, it's a simple fix. I'm just going to square the walls by taking and squaring out the walls so that they are square with each other. I'll have to shrink that a little bit, but we can put more trapdoors and everything in it, and essentially the mobs will be forced to split because they won't stay at the corner, and they'll move to the left or right, and they'll be completely fine. Now, that's one thing I noticed. The next one is kind of an operational thing. I noticed that because we're doing a basic lure downstairs, right, it requires me to be theoretically unsafe. This is going to hurt. Now, right? Because we're doing a lure on both ends. So I'm going to be standing up here when they first get funneled in. I've taken the thing out, but I'll be standing like right here, I think. They'll see me. They'll be like, oh, hey, there's a guy there. And they'll come across here and they'll fall down the holes. Here's the issue, though. Zombies are going to move fine. They're going to see me and they're going to move fine, and we'll be okay, because that's okay. Skeletons are going to do the same thing. They're going to see me move, but they're only going to move to about like here, and then they're going to start taking pot shots at me. And honestly, I don't really care about that. I have a shield there, and there's going to be most of a wall there. They're probably not going to hit me. If they do, it's only going to be once or twice. The problem is, if there's creepers in there, and a skeleton shoots a creeper's going to explode and blow a nice shiny hole in our purifier. So I now realize that in order for this to work properly, when we're upstairs, I have to have essentially a kill bow. A bow that has max power, max hopefully knockback or a good knockback on it, to fire at creepers and skeletons and witches and pretty much anything that's not a villager zombie, and knock them back and potentially kill them. Because otherwise, we're going to end up with an awful lot of... Whoops, wrong way. Oh no, I can't get back up that way, can I? Not yet. An awful lot of things that we don't want, or that are just essentially useless. I can't make ladders from that. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, that's enough talk about that. That's easy stuff that I can fix off camera. I mean, it's extend the walls and just get a bow. And we have a skeleton spawner, so I can get the bow pretty quickly. But what we're actually going to be doing today is we're going to be working on the exit. Okay, so the track comes to here, right? And then it's supposed to spiral up this and eject out over there. Now, I built this because this is the level of the ejection that I'm in. Okay? So, here's the thing. I have a blueprint on graph paper for what I need to do. In order for this to work, and we're going to pop that one, is we need to decide where we're going to have the port. Now, according to this structure, it has to be here. Okay, so that pumpkin will have to be moved. Does it sound like a skeleton? Maybe not. Anyways, we're safe here, so it's not really going to bother us. So, this is what we need, okay? So the activator rail is our key and crucial, essential requirement. Essentially, we stick it there. Now, I know you're thinking that's not going to work the way it is, and you're right, it's not. But if we go like this, and then we turn it like so, then we have the activator rail. Now, it's not going to come this way. Okay, it's actually going to come around this way. Because here's what we want. Okay? We want to have this nice even system that's going to loop around. Now, if we break this one and go like this, and then place it, we have that, okay? Now, whether or not the track is obviously can't just come vertical like the ladder can, but it's going to essentially turn again and carry itself down and around the edges, okay? So the idea is that the cart will come in, turn around this way, come around, hit the activator rail, eject it to that spot there, and then the cart will continue around and come back down and skip over this and go straight back down the path and down to our one-way stopper, which is important. Now, in order for this to work, we need to make sure it has enough speed to do so, which means we have to put a powered rail pretty much right here. Because I think otherwise we don't have the power itself to... Whoop, oh, no, now I'm stuck. Oh, that's great. Break this one. Stop jumping and just break it. Hey, come on. Oh, because this one here is stopping me from jumping. There we go. I just wanted to seal it before I put a cart. Whoops. Sure. No, that's not going to work, because that'll just eject it backwards again. I want that, so that it can inject properly. Now, I did bring levers, good. That needs power, and that needs power. So the idea, let's put it right back into this, is that when it comes up, it's going to have its own power source up here, and then when it hits this, it bumps. It hits the activator. Oh, see, now it's not going fast enough. Those turns are too much. Now, on the upside, if we're in a sealed environment, we're capable of putting proper walling around it. So if we wanted to, we could put additional powered rails at the corners and stuff. If we could put a powered rail here, and then just have it blockaded in the corner, then we can pick this up. Come on. There we go. And it should work. Oh, okay, so we're not getting enough. Apparently the activator or the turn is really heavily slowing it down. Now here's another thing, and I know you're thinking it already, and I probably should have kind of saw this coming. When it has an entity in it, the cart moves faster. It's heavier, right? See, there you go. See, when it ejected me here because this pumpkin's in the way. But the beautiful thing about it is activator rails will always eject you to the right, unless the right is occupied by something. Like if I removed this, put the switch underneath it or something, and then filled this in with a wall, it'll eject me to the left, if available. So, because we're coming from this way, it tries to put me there. But if we were to come this way, it would try and put me over to where the pumpkin is. But we need it to come this way. So if I fill this area, it'll eject me to the left. And if the left is filled, it ejects you behind. Okay? It's just useful information. The idea is like this will continue down. Now we're going to be working backwards when it comes to the actual construction of this, because this section here is more important than anything. So I'm thinking we might put another powered rail there, because with the corners being the way it is, it should be fine. This is a nice ejection point. Now the idea is that when they come out, they'll be standing here. Okay, they'll have no choice of where to go because everything else will be filled. And I'm going to put glass at least in these 3 here, so that they can't just walk back onto the track. Now, baby villagers will be able to get down in there. But what they're going to be doing is they'll have a staircase here and a staircase there, and they'll come right out on top. I don't think I actually brought staircases. I did. They're not the ones I'll probably end up using, but the light suggested it. So the staircase there, and a staircase there. This won't be there. That won't be there. That won't be there. And they come out like so. Now they're 3 blocks below. I kind of only want them 2. But I can't go any higher because of this. Because that puts them coming out of the house if I do it nice and flush. Right here, right into a house. Which is fine, but it also means that the path is obstructed. Now I could put like fencing or something on both sides and have the path go that way and around. But that's just awkward. Do you have a bed nearby? Get rid of this rain. I think I do. There's a couple in here, right? I sound like a villager. Guess that they're not going to say goodnight. Because that's kind of awkward in a way. Now the other option is when it ejects at 2 here, so I could have it go this way. So that they'd turn and come up. So instead of having oh, but then let's see if that would work. Because it would be ejecting here, there'd be a wall, or there'd be the stair, and then another stair. And that's fine, because that's right in the path. So they're going to go down and be like, oh, what's down here? But they won't be able to get in, because this will be walled up. The problem is, they can get in, like that. Unless we have the glass, right? The issue is, is this section here. Because this needs to be a wall. Oh my. Me problems. And I can't push the ejection system back any further because of this is the right size for it. We do have to put a cover over it at some point anyways, to make it so that it's not so blatant. And maybe, no, because we can't do it as like, it would have to be pretty high cover. See, my original idea was to have it sitting here. I thought it would be ejecting over there. But in order for me to do that, I'd have to push the ejection over to there. Honestly, I do like this one better, this line here, but it just means that this is exposed a lot more than I wanted. Because I kind of wanted it to just have like you're standing on the ejection port, if you will, and then you're exposed, and then it's like, well, I only have one way to go. But I can't put a bridge or anything over this because it'll stop because of the headroom, right? Oh my. Decisions. Things that have to get done. Choices that have to be made. Yeah. I think we're probably going to end up going with this one, even though I don't like the fact you can see it. I'm thinking once the glass is in place, because I'll put the glass straight across, right? You won't be able to get onto the track anyways, except for the baby villagers, but I can't stop them because they're tiny and I don't really care to. And that makes it the least imposing to the actual path. At least I hope it is. Now, obviously, it's not going to be exposed like this anyways, because these are going to be solid walls. I'm going to have walls there. This will be solid wall. This will be a solid wall. So it'll be pretty much what you'll be seeing is literally just a little bit of this, like pretty much this, like what you see here when I stand next to it. This is what we're going to see in that direction, because you'll have the wall here, so you'll see just a little bit of this. But anyways, that's gonna be today's episode. Woo, there we go. I'll see you when I see you.